All right, while the fall break is a wonderful time to reconnect, experts are urging families with college students to take some caution here. Let's connect the dots.
While your child's fall break is a wonderful time to reconnect, experts are urging families with college students to take caution this Thanksgiving. Let's connect the dots. To prevent the spread of COVID-19, experts advise students to self-quarantine and create a detailed plan before they return home. Students are advised to check their COVID-19 status before leaving campus, ensuring they test negative. For those students who have to travel long distances, experts recommend driving over flying, helping to avoid potential crowding and exposure. In addition to a clear pre-travel plan, those celebrating should also keep their guest count small and their gathering areas large, giving everyone the appropriate space for social distancing. While this Thanksgiving may not look like those of the past, we're reminded that this year's celebration can still be special just as long as a plan is in place.